So we've shown the rice holder added to a bike, winnowed and separated, and now I've added a polisher. So we'll go over that now. Here's the short grain rice. That's currently what we call brown rice. It has the bran on it. And now we're going to polish it, remove, which is removing some of the bran. The drill press is running at 1,300 RPM. What you see appearing down here is going to be the bran. So this all is bran coming off of the rice. This was about 1.5 to 2 cups of rice. So this is the rice that's gone through our huller. This cover is to keep the rice from popping out. So I'm going to do it for 5 minutes. I need to put this on. This will catch the bran. Make sure everything's okay. So the first time I did this, I didn't have enough rice in the container to do a good job of polishing. Alright, that was 2 more minutes. Well, there's our bran. Got quite a bit more off. A little bit of irony in the United States. People pay so that they can ride a stationary bike. But we need to get them to ride and they can hull rice for us. Okay. That looks pretty good actually. So that was about 5 minutes. This is, I would say, 3/4 of a pound of rice. Now I'll show you how to build this. So the rice polisher, I'm using a 4-inch pulley here, but we're going with 3L since we have this twist. This one is 32 inches, so we're going from the 4, and then over here is a 2-inch. Now this happens to be a 4L pulley. It actually keeps it from pulling out as quickly. And then this was our half. The way we designed the rice polisher was based on this Japanese home appliance. It has how many cups, how long, and the rate of length over here determines how much bran is removed. It has already failed. It just goes really, really high RPM, but it's got an interlocking lid. This is the impeller that it had. Overall length was about 4 inches. This was the basket. It's 3 inches, maybe 3.5 diameter, about 5 inches. And then this basket collected the bran. So we couldn't design a method that would be easy to drive from the bottom. So instead we went from the top, and I used the drill press to determine the better RPM, and it turned out about 1300 RPM works well. So let me get this. So this is a stainless steel screen. It's 20 mesh, which is 20 wires per a certain distance, or 20 spaces per a certain distance. So you can buy this pretty easily. Let me show you this one. I did make one that with this heavier gauge, but it was pretty difficult because you got to get the holes small enough so the rice won't pass through it. So you had to compress it. So here was the basket. Again, it's stainless steel hose clamp, stainless steel base, 5 inches. These are 1/4 inch bolts or studs. These two are actual bolts that are long enough. They're 4.5 inches, or you can use threaded rod and make your own. These little clips are from the stainless steel. I just drilled holes and bent them in place. So to lock the screen together, so in order to make this, you can see I pulled out the horizontal wires, and now I'm going to feed these in. So I just push those through the holes. Now I have to bend this one over. Okay, so now these are locked together, and because we have the hose clamps, that's all it takes. So that's pretty easy, just like that. So we'll describe this in detail. So this is our 1/2 inch shaft. This was a 2-inch pulley. These are bearings. These are bigger than you really need. You can use the smaller cheap bearings. But what we found was these are self-aligning, so they will move. So if I'm pulling on this bearing might have started to rotate, tip over. So I put one below it, and that'll keep these aligned. This is an 1/8 inch shaft here, 4 inches long. And then of course this height here is adjustable where your basket goes. Now what I did, and you can do whatever method that you'd want, is I just played with it until I could put this on, and then these bolts here go up inside. But obviously you could have longer bolts so you don't have to countersink this. And this little mechanism, all this does is hold my tub in place, because I do this to capture the bran. So that's actually pretty easy to make. And now that we know how to do it, it's just not real fast. Here are the parts that go with the polisher. You have to be able to get the stainless steel screen with a mesh that's a 20 count. So I'm going to make one other video that will show how to add urethane to a wooden roller or other material in case we're no longer able to get the boat trailer wobble wheels. Good luck.